Hey everybody, welcome to the Blue Collar Beer Gentleman. I'm Topher. I'm a fan of craft beer, but I'm on a limited budget, so I started this channel to prove that it was possible to enjoy good quality beers without having to break the bank. So while I'm here, I try to demystify craft beer and break through some of the elitism that surrounds it. And I'm always looking for the best possible deal, and today's selection is no exception to that endeavor. I paid $3.67 for the pint can of the Are We Having Fun Yet Party Pale Ale from Hoof Hearted Brewing. I gotta admit, I am unfamiliar with Hoof Hearted Brewing. They are out of Bayshore, New York, if memory serves, I think that's a neighborhood in Queens. If it's not Queens, then I think I'm almost positive it's Long Island. So it's either Queens or Long Island. Um, they are distributed by 12%. Been having a lot of great beers from 12% distribution lately. So I'm really looking forward to this. Another reason I'm looking forward to this is that it got such high marks amongst the reviewing communities. I've had 11 friends on Untapped check in on this, giving it a average score of 4.09. 9,109 of us on Untapped have given it a average score of 3.95, very high marks. Beer Advocate has had 139 rankings with an average score of 4.07, overall score of 90, which on their ranking is outstanding. Okay, so as I said, this is a party pale ale. It is an American pale ale, has a 6.0 ABV. Typically, American pale ales come in between 4.5 and, excuse me, shouldn't be talking while I'm trying to scratch my face, come in between 4.5 and 6.2. Also has, I believe it was 55? Yes, 55 IBUs. Typically, American pale ales come in between 30 and 50 IBUs. This is, as I said, dry hopped. Description of this is an easy breezy and crushy pale for those who are looking to party down. Double dry hopped with Belma, Citra, and Mosaic, this pillowy soft ale delivers massive notes of strawberry, melon, and papaya. You're not even a troll, bro. You're just a haircut. Not sure what that's about, but okay. Do not have a brewed on, packaged on, or enjoy by date. But I think this is a fairly new beer with such low numbers checking in. As I said, I did pay $3.67 for this pint can. It was part of an Instagram deal that I got through Liquor Lineup on Losee Road in North Las Vegas. If you're ever in Vegas, you need to go to North Las Vegas and check out Liquor Lineup on Losee Road. They got a hell of a selection and some really good deals too. In fact, this deal that I got from them was 15 beers for $55 delivered to my home. Um, I made a couple different arrangements. It was normally a $14 package, but I did a few different things, and anyway, I ended up with 15 beers. So I ended up with this pint can that cost me $3.67. So it's a hell of a deal. Okay, I think I've done enough descriptor of that and gone on and on about what I paid for it. I think it's actually time to crack this bad boy open and start drinking some beer. Have I got anything? No, no, I've got everything else covered. Okay, let's do it. I'm going to be using my British pint glass. And the reason for that is for a variety of reasons. One, there's no real specific glass for the American Pale Ale. In fact, if you go to Beer Advocate's listing, it actually says to use a pint glass. And two, because the American Pale Ale sprang from the British Pale Ale. In fact, pretty much any time an American variety sprang from a British variety, what you can almost count on for certain is an extra hoppiness to it. So this is double dry hopped. American Pale Ales have been getting very hoppy. I've been noticing lately a lot. So okay, let's see what we got going here. What you are seeing is actually pretty close to the color of the beer. Maybe there's a little bit more of a gray tint to the camera, but otherwise that's pretty much the same. Last review was for the Megalodon from Ninka, or no, I'm sorry, from the Split Bill from Abel Baker, and it was supposed to be hazy, but it wasn't. This is actually more hazy. I'd say this is a hazy American IPA. Gonna describe that as medium high carbonation. Lots of bubbles, but they are very tiny bubbles. I'm already getting a fruit salad aroma from the bouquet before I even bring it over for a beard wipe. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, see what I encounter. Fruit salad and hops is what I smell. I'm sticking in directly. Yeah, that's what I'm encountering is fruit salad and hops, and let me see if I can get that going. Yeah, look at that lacing, man. That's some really nice lacing. Okay, well, we've described the carbonation, we've described the color. The head seems to be, well, it's not particularly uh, thick. It does seem to be rather robust. It's not going much of anywhere. I'm going to go ahead, quit yapping my flap, and start drinking some beer. Cheers. I definitely taste the melon. I'm not so much tasting the strawberry. What was the other flavor it said I should be tasting? Um, let's see, strawberry, melon, and papaya. I'm not really tasting much in the way of papaya either. But I am tasting a melon, and I would describe this as probably a medium-low mouthfeel. Not a lot of spikiness to it. No alcohol burn whatsoever, but at a 5.5 ABV, I wasn't really expecting one, although it is impossible for it to experience that. Um, this is actually a pretty good pale ale, but it's not as hoppy as I was expecting it to be. I really was expecting more of a, let me show you that lacing again. I was expecting more of a hoppiness to it. This is a good solid beer. It's just not overly hoppy. And I'm kind of glad for that because I really feel like there should be a distinction between IPA and American Pale Ale. And lately, the pale ales, the American pale ales, have been so super hopped that it's almost impossible to distinguish them between IPAs. So I'm glad that a brewer has decided to embrace the notion of the American Pale Ale, which is supposed to have a softer mouthfeel, which this one definitely does. Supposed to have more carbonation than an IPA, which this one definitely does. So somebody has really, not somebody, uh, I know exactly who. Hoof Hearted Brewing has made a really good American Pale Ale here. And I'm enjoying American Pale Ales. I'm liking the ones that are, I like the hoppy ones, don't get me wrong, but I don't like the fact that we're having a really difficult time distinguishing an American Pale Ale and an Indian Pale Ale because there's such a hoppy nature to both of them. I think there needs to be a little more focus on the distinguishing factors between an American Pale Ale and an IPA. And I think this beer has done that. I am ready to give this beer a 4.0. It's going to get the extra 0.25 for arriving in the can. And I'm glad that my freshman experience with Hoof Hearted Brewing is a good one. Like I said, I've never had Hoof Hearted Brewing before. I don't have anything to compare it to, but based upon the Are We Having Fun Yet? Uh, Double dry hopped party pale ale, I've got to say that I'm definitely going to be checking out more beers from this brewer. Well, guys, if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, drink good beer and don't break the bank doing it. Cheers.